Hello and welcome to another episode of Serial Trash Talking. As always, your hosts David and Rob. And today we've got a jam-packed episode. We're going to be reviewing the limited edition white chocolate and strawberry Coco Pops. We're going to be getting into the big quarterback signings of the week, Dak Prescott and Cam Newton. And we're going to be talking about the CrossFit Open because we've both done workout one. Let's get into it.
It's not a puff and it's not a flake. It's more than both of those.
The greatest name in cereals.
Great intro there, DA. It's great to be back. Now I can't wait to rip into these bad boys. Well, I say can't wait to rip in, but I'm actually pretty skeptical and pretty worried about their sugar content. So let's get stuck in.
Whoa.
Don't tell me that was your smell test reaction. Was it that good?
No, it was like just artificial.
Bro, how intense could you get? I don't even know. God damn. Yep. So this is a classic non-take on the Coco Pop there, guys.
Yeah.
At least it looks the same, mate. They've just gone strawberry on these Coco Pops, or strawberry on these some.
You know what makes me quite skeptical now is it says on the ingredients, it says salt, natural strawberry flavoring with other natural flavorings, radish concentrate, apple concentrate, blackcurrant concentrate, national flavor. But I mean, who's putting radish in a children's cereal?
Why would you go and say something like that before we get into the taste? Guys, as our reminder, guys, our CCT criteria, as always, we always love a smell test first, guys. Then we always love our dry test. Flavor integration, structural integrity, and Moorishness. So, well, I don't even know what to say about that smell test, but that was intense.
I think I can probably confirm this is going to be a one-ball wonder. There ain't going to be a second bowl here.
No need. I'm glad we didn't go with the big edition.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm nervous. Anyway, let's go. First mouthful.
Yep.
The dry test was a bit less than yeah.
I only went back for seconds on them. No real reason for that, actually. One dry test would have been sufficient. Maybe it was for the fans, that second test. Okay, guys, don't worry about a dry test on this. That first mouthful was really rice bubbly. You know, not as much. Like when you have Coco Pops, you get the real cocoa flavor that comes through quite strongly. Like you said last week, and how much dusting they had on them. I was actually quite surprised how, basically, if I didn't see it as Coco Pop, strawberry, and white choc, it would be a bowl of rice bubbles. Literally.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, the strawberry flavor is so subtle, isn't it? And you wouldn't even know that it's white chocolate.
This is white chocolate? Or was it?
Yeah. Strawberry and white chocolate flavor.
Stop it. Stop it.
So, Rob, big news in the week. The Cowboys have a starting quarterback for the foreseeable future. Dak Prescott signing for 4 years, $160 million. Jerry Jones paying out more than what he spent on actually acquiring the Dallas Cowboys back in the day. He only paid $150 million. I mean, he's now your quarterback. How do you feel about that? I mean, because there was talk about Russell Wilson coming in, and I know you were excited by that.
Gutted not to have Russell, but more ecstatic to have this, to finally park this conversation, DA. Yeah, when you talk Cowboys, all you do is talk about Dak and his bloody contract. So from the most enthusiastic fan, I'm just glad that he's under contract and we can park this and we can start thinking about winning again. 4 years, 160 million, probably overpaid, but hey, we've got our quarterback locked in. If we had Russell, great as well, but I'm more happy to start talking about something else.
What do you mean about winning again? When was the last time the Cowboys actually won anything significant?
I think I can feel it, DA. We've got a quarterback now. I can feel it. We've got all the pieces. And I think one of the other things that everyone's trying to gloss over during the season is clearly COVID affected last season and salary cap's been affected. But there's a lot of good player deals that are going on at the moment. I know the whole Dallas offensive line has had their deals restructured to create more cap room as well. So there's good vibes happening in Dallas. So I feel good. I feel good about it. And I feel interesting to see what Dallas is going to do to steal the next headline.
Yeah.
I know Dak played his cards perfectly right. He got a massive payday. He got all the advantages in his contract. Hey, good man.
Yeah, great news for him, but not necessarily great news for the Cowboys as an organization. I mean, how often do big money quarterbacks actually win titles? And I think you see that again by Tom Brady restructuring, signing a new deal in Tampa for another year.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why the Patriots were so successful was because people weren't willing to spend the big money. They were willing to keep contracts low. And I think we see this again with Cam Newton signing with the Patriots. So they've locked in another quarterback for free agency period. 1 year, $5 million deal. It gives both sides flexibility. It doesn't tie them into any real drama. I think it's going to be pretty obvious that they're going to try and get someone in the draft. No.
Yeah, DA, speak the truth. Stop talking about flexibility in the draft. Come on, speak the truth.
I'm like,
you bloody hate this guy. You're disgusted with the move.
Yeah, I don't think that he is going to be great for us next year. I mean, there wasn't enough this year to prove to me. And yes, he didn't get a training camp, and yes, COVID had players out. But still, the fact was, I mean, I just don't rate Cam Newton anymore. I think he just made stupid decisions last year. But again,
bad turnovers, bad mistakes. Bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, he threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns last year, I think. So,
yeah. You know what we should do? We should sign him up for another year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess from that point of view, though, it gives them some level of surety going into the draft and going into next season that they've got a QB who can at least play at the top level. We haven't seen that yet from Jarrett Stidham, but he also hasn't been given that opportunity. And I still think it's ridiculous. We were saying 1 year ago that Jarrett Stidham was going to be the new starter, and then we go out and get Cam Newton. So
that's how you manipulate the media, right? Manipulate the media. Jarrett Stidham's our starter. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Week one, Cam Newton, my man.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see, because, I mean, how do you bring in a drafted quarterback? Like, is it Mac Jones that they're talking about from Alabama that the Patriots want to go out and get? I mean, how do you bring someone who's not a run-first QB into a system? Like, it just doesn't make sense. You can't have him shadow Cam Newton if he's not a Cam Newton-style quarterback. So this whole signing of him, of Cam Newton for another year, I mean, yes, it gives him flexibility and being able to move in the draft and at least have a starter there.
Yeah.
But I think in the long term, it poses more questions for me. And I am intrigued to see how they go in the draft. And I also
purely stopgap measure, right? Purely stopgap measure.
They're not going to win any more games. Yeah. They're not going to win any more games this season than they did last. 7-9 record last season. They won't win the AFC East. They were a long shot to do it anyway with how well the Bills performed this past season.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued. So
I'm interested you said you don't think they'll win more games though. I'm interested in that.
I mean, I think
parking seeing their draw and all that sort of thing. But then we've also got, we'll see. It's a good uptake you got on that, yeah.
Yeah,
we'll touch on that later on when we actually get closer to the season.
So
remember this
Rob,
moment.
remember this moment. So 21.1. I'll just put the workout here, and you can all see what went on. But it was just an ascending ladder of 15 minutes. You had to see how many handstand. No, how many. It was an ascending ladder in 15 minutes to see how many wall walks and lateral jumps over a 2-inch line you could do. So a wall walk is essentially a handstand against the wall, but you're facing the wall rather than facing away. Rob, how did you find your first open workout, 21.1? I mean, you started off by watching Carrie Pearson, Christy Eramo O'Connell perform the open workout. What were your takeaways?
Watched their workout. Assessed it. Looked easy. Piece of piss. No worries. I think it was you mentally messing with me, DA, when you said don't underestimate the bloody wall walks. Well, I can assure you, mate, I wasn't underestimating them. And this was long before I even bloody tried one. I was like, yeah, that's going to seem pretty tough. the rep count that they were asking for was tough. I was like, oh, okay. But gave it a crack yesterday. Launched into it. A lot of fun setup. Got our video ready for WOD-proof, ready for submission. So that's all good to go. And first off, the absolutely shattered. Shoulders were shattered. Face was kissing the ground quite a few times. Shoulder smashed into the ground. So I've got a few good imprints in the grass verge outside. Yeah. And on the brick wall I was good knee scrapes. I was like, these knee pads that these guys wear. Oh, it's tore my knees up. I was like, I've got to be better at this, surely.
Yeah. It's it was. I think so many people probably underestimated it. I mean, I know that I did, to be honest. And to see that, I mean, they said Dave Castro.
So you've done them before, right? So
yeah. So wall walks are normally a progression for those who are trying to do handstands, and to do things like handstand push-ups. Something that I didn't achieve during my time in a CrossFit box. But I mean, it's great progression. I mean, it was so shoulder intensive. I think people underestimated the amount of work that went into the shoulders, being upside down for that long. And then if you were doing the RX version and you were doing the double unders, I mean, that's arms and it's shoulders, and it's just, yeah, impressive.
Full on burn, watching them full on burn on their shoulder rotation.
Yeah.
And I see a few videos of people trying to prepare for it to loosen them up and to try and remain as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
It was intense, man. Your shoulders are just fried in a 15-minute session.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it was great programming from Dave Castro. I mean, it was incredibly inclusive, so that no matter what your situation is in the country that you're living in at the moment, whether you're in lockdown because of the pandemic or not, everyone could find a wall to do this.
Like you said, DA. Like you said, DA, with the Dave Castro piece, fantastic. You never, when it dropped, you never felt like anybody was out of range for the workout. Yeah. So big props to the CrossFit community for. Yeah. There is no excuses. Literally, there is no excuses. You can find a damn wall. You can find some tape. Yeah. You can mark out a few measurements, and you can jump over that tape. Wow. Yeah. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, 21.2 drops on. It'll be, well, we're in the UK, so it'll be Friday morning, our time. So yeah, get involved. If you haven't signed up for the Open yet, you can still sign up. 21.1 might have closed by the time you see this video, but I mean, it's still a lot of fun. So Rob, I'm interested to get your thoughts on these strawberry and white chocolate flavored Coco Pops.
I don't even know why I'm drinking this milk, to be honest, DA. She's pretty poor. Probably making me feel a little bit ill, actually. But comparative to the original, well, it's not even comparative to the original, actually. Maybe only because they're rice bubbles and they've got flavor on them. Yeah. But these are pretty poor, guys. I'm kind of lost for words on it, actually. Smell was just too intense, but, artificial as anything. Strawberries that just popped out, but they didn't actually add in flavor. Dry test, don't even bother. The flavor integration barely got any milk, and like you said, DA, are these even white choc? Or maybe I'm getting a bit in the milk now, but that's just kind of a bit sickly. And not enough strawberry on these bloody rice bubbles. So this is a bowl of rice bubbles, for a plain cereal that you do. So for me, I think I'm gonna go 4.5.
Wow. Okay, that's quite a high rating. I'm actually gonna go 3. I'm not even gonna bother.
High, you reckon?
I'm saying a 3. I mean,
I don't.
I think these will follow the same fate that the white chocolate one faced, and that was they're gonna go straight in the bin. I'm not even gonna bother finishing the box. And I know some people might say that's wasteful. I'm sorry, but these aren't Cocoa Pops. These are strawberry flavored Rice Krispies or Rice Bubbles. There was nothing that resembled white chocolate flavor. The strawberry was just an artificial taste, and I was really disappointed by them. So I'm giving them a 3.
Fair, yeah.
I'm hoping for better.
They're pretty cool. Yeah. 100%.
I'm hoping for better.
Oh my days. God, get rid of these damn things. Great, cool, chucking them in the bin. Get rid of these things.
Just wasted calories.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you love this episode, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment down below on any future cereals or content that you want us to go over, but preferably don't chuck in a strawberry white chocolate, any goddamn thing, because those are terrible. Tune in next time, because we will be talking about more of like the 21.2 as it drops next week. We would have most likely smashed that workout and had that video ready as well. We've got the NRL draft, which we've done last week, so follow that content as we catch up with the lads in the team, especially after week 1's already finished, and plenty more to come for March. Tune in, guys. Hit that subscribe. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.